We are live. Let me refresh this thing. Make sure we're good to go. Make sure you can see us. Make sure you can hear us. And here we are. We are set. Make sure I got my audio on here. We got the sound bites. There you go.
What in the world? 18 dislikes?
That man, when you're bringing in someone that knows how to flip, you're gonna get some haters. That's how you know you're doing things right.
So this is almost people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
One of
it
the most
is.
resellers there is, the Hustle Bee.
Right.
Hustle has competition now. It looks
Yeah.
like
All right. Yay. Hey, I'm not gonna be the most hateable reseller now.
So everybody, let me see what's here first. Exciting show today. We're gonna do our normal. We're gonna go through the power rankings. Only 30 minutes. We'll go quicker, and then we'll bring in Mo. Have your questions ready. Anything you want to ask, he'll be ready to go. But Kevin, what's up? William Perry, the man misinformation in hand. Melissa, hello from Porter, first time watching. Appreciate that. Dapper Fanatic. Dapper Fanatic says three thumbs down. It's Big Money Mo. There should be 0 thumbs down tonight. Antonio, Mr. Eric, Manny Fresh, Swoopman, Josh Leva, Rock the Kicks, Chris, Browntown Finds, Jimmy Patel, Lucky on Three Legs, Magnetic Souls, Brian, what's up? Yep, I did see you at the stores. Brian was excited knowing that Mo was going to be on. Appreciate Brian being here. Sneaker Pickers, Rory, D-Bay, AN, Puma Hustler, Rashard, Southtown Finds, Pacers. They're probably altering Big Money Mo's voice. Let me see. Trackstar, Kaiser, Bam 24 Kicks, Matt Alexander. Man, more people coming in. Let me see. Rory Matt, Josh Brown, Faith Lopez, Price Assassins, Marco, and Baker Brand. What up, Intramorph? Okay, more people coming in. Let's start the show as we normally do. All right, opening.
Ooh.
Did you see the new collection, 75th anniversary, NBA? Anything, anything you're liking?
Yo, not gonna lie, the Suns jersey look clean.
Suns. Oh, this is the one they already had though last year.
Yeah, but I think I didn't think that it was gonna be. Was that available in public or did it just sell out quick?
No, it was available, but they did sell out quick too. But they are dope. I definitely like the Suns. Obviously, Lakers. I do like the blue kind of adding in
the
there.
Lakers kind of like isn't like the one that they've already had. It was just a cursive Los Angeles. Remember that one? That blue.
Yeah, that was a blue one. Yeah, they kind of did an alternate, but at least here it has like a little bit of purple. I think the Hornets one is dope with like little beehive.
That one, yeah. Well, the one in the photo, I mean, like in their promo, looks pop. It pops really nice. That one's nice.
I actually do like the Nets, kind of like adding in that retro.
Oh yeah, that's the retro Jason Kidd Nets right there.
Yeah, it's kind of like that one with like the earlier one. That's kind of like how they did for everything. Bucks is dope too with that purple
that
and
one's
green.
Clean. Yeah,
that one is.
I don't know what happened with Magic's though.
The orange.
Did buy them out or something like that? They look like a G League team or something.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that Magic with the orange. Spurs is pretty cool too. I'm not really feeling the Mavericks.
Raptors kind of dope. But it kind of like just looks like more of like a Mitchell and Ness kind of take, right? Like it does look like the Timberwolves kind of like definitely OG right there.
Yeah, definitely like that one. Dude, this Miami Heat one is so
I know, like that. It looks like a arts and crafts moment. Like cut out an M, cut out an A, like just different. That one's like, I don't know, they didn't do justice on that one. Going from the wild jersey that they got, right? Like that half and half two-tone to this. I'm like, come on.
I know.
Somebody got tired.
They said Chicago thumbs down. It's all right. I mean,
yeah, it's all right. Nothing unique at all.
Miles, what up?
Sixers, what happened to that one? What's those colors about?
I think it's supposed to be where they used to play before. So I think it had the Spectrum.
That
So
Houston's nice. The Houston's
yeah,
nice.
Houston's
Like
pretty dope too.
very Hakeem, Steve Francis kind of era.
Vibes, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So it's pretty cool. I mean, let's see how these do. Let's just hope they go to clearance outlets or something.
Yeah, that's all we want.
Whoever doesn't want them and
That's all
they go
we
down
want.
on clearance.
Right.
All right, into the updates.
Oh,
Travis Scott, December 16th, Air Max 1.
super ugly.
So you're not gonna rock these.
I'm not gonna rock this.
Lukey.
I'm not. I'm gonna buy them to flip, but man, I'm not a fan of Air Max 1. Definitely not this. I mean, that strap. Oh, what happened to that one?
Anybody in the chat want to rock these? Would you? Obviously, we want to pick up to sell, but would you actually rock them though? Pacer said gold one's fire. See?
What? That's not gold. That's like old yellow.
What do you think about the Air Max?
The air bubble, huh?
Yeah.
The covered air bubble?
Yeah.
It you know what it looks like? It looks like one of those kind of like Air Max 1 spin-off low end. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it looks like with that bubble covered. You know how those cheap Air Max that don't have the zoom but just have a full sole? That's what it looks like.
But the what was I gonna say? But the backward swoosh though. That's what everybody wants, right?
That's all everybody wants, right?
So that's all you need.
Yeah.
December 16th, look out for that. Make some money off of that. Hopefully you win.
Yeah, if they're not Travis Scott's, they're trash. I mean, like if they didn't have his name, they'll sit.
Oh, for
I
sure.
mean, it'll go. I mean, it's nursing home shoes. That's what it is.
Let me see. I have my sound bites logged me out. I don't know what happened here.
Yeah, it's like grandpa made a mess kind of shoe.
Made a mess.
It's like peed all over his white shoes. That's what happened. So it's like toilet water.
What about Off-White Air Force One mids?
Now we're talking about fire.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. Come on, give me 2 of those.
Look at this air bubble.
What in the world? It's like it looks like it melted.
Yeah, this is what you're down to. This melted midsole and trash, dookie, man. Nobody is.
It's like the spikes up front. Like, what in the world were they thinking?
That's what you gotta wear for Black Friday. You just walk in, just punting people in the ass on your way to like pick up the deals. You're just wearing these spike shoes.
Yeah.
Stepping on people in these. Let me see. Horrible. I thought these were NASA collab. More trash. Looks like those Off-White looks like a Pokemon. Look out from in the outlet. Man. Well, let's see.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be the worst. This is gonna be that like the was that the waffle Vapor Max? I mean Off-White, the waffle Off-White, and then the Vapor Fly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna sit.
Zapato's here. And Ross Shallington.
Oh,
nice. And RJ Funky Finds, what's up?
Yeah.
Oh,
fire! Hustle me.
Oh man, now we're talking. Wait, why didn't we just go straight to this?
Yeah, it's like it's just like it's like a dude landed on the moon and was like jumping in the air and then just got himself caught at like a butter crater or something like that.
Butter.
Yeah.
Where's Jake when you need him?
Smooth like butter.
Boot cast.
Yeah.
Newborn baby shoes. $250.
Man. What a time to be alive.
Hey, it comes out 10 days from now.
Step on macaroni, exactly.
Lisa Simpsons.
Big
Richard Kopp.
Yep.
This, you know what really okay, we understand this. Right. This looks like one of these ankle braces when you're like when you're mid-season, your ankle's busted.
Yeah, this is like what Steph Curry has. Yeah. When he wears his Steph Curry lows, this is what it looked like.
Man, crazy. But what are they going to resell for? What are they going to resell for?
Well, that's the problem. The problem is they're gonna make 100 of them, and this is gonna shoot up like crazy.
Could happen. I mean, they're gonna have resale value, but
We'll see.
let's see.
Unless Kanye says everybody's gonna have their own Yeezy, and then it's gonna flop.
All right, into the news.
Oh,
Who saw this? What do you think in the chat? Nike quietly preparing for the metaverse. So Nike has filed 7 trademark applications as it prepares to enter the metaverse. Part of the application, they indicated its intent to make and sell virtual branded sneakers and apparel. People familiar with Nike's plans said the space is a priority for the brand, and consumers can expect to see more virtual rollouts in the months ahead.
so what this is saying is our future live show will be on VR, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna create a stage, and then we come up there and we start talking about news. Glenn gets a pointer, start swiping virtually, and then people are gonna start throwing virtual bananas and virtual tomatoes that they have to buy from the Hustler Hack store. $10
NFTs.
per dozen if you want to throw a tomato at B. I'll take that.
I'll take
Yep.
that. Hey,
Yep.
and imagine taking an L on a VR shoe. Here's the thing. All right, so we have a mix. We're mixed in the chat. Some people are saying this is going to be big. Some people are saying
Bro.
this is stupid.
Bro, I think it's too early. Come on now. We don't have flying cars yet. The Jetsons family is not flying around yet. We can't be in this fake world yet.
Oh, but yet Gary V's drawing, I don't know, pencil art stuff like animals, and people are buying them for crazy amount of money.
Exactly.
Like what? Imagine people buying that garbage compared to, hey, I have a Jordan 1
collection, virtual collection.
Yeah, NFT collection.
Look at it.
Official from Nike.
Sounds like Glenn's already has his trademark ongoing the way he sounds. The Hustler Hacks world.
Hey, this could be it. Could be both big and stupid, says Coach Steve. I'm lost, B. Preacher Man has lost his mind.
Exactly. That's what happened when we start talking about metaverse.
Well, I think it's because also, let's say, all right, you got the Jordan 1, the OG, but how much? See, it has to be limited, and then I don't know. I mean, let's see what they do, but man, I don't know. This thing's gonna be crazy. I mean,
all I'm gonna do if it happens in the metaverse or in virtual, I'm just gonna start peeing on people's shoes.
I don't know.
And they're gonna turn yellow. They're gonna turn yellow. And they can't undo them.
Golden showers and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
On the day Big Money Moe supposed to be on here, we're talking about peeing on shoes. How did this happen? How are your sales? Now I was talking to B earlier that, you know what, for November, consistent, but
Okay.
I think it was. I got to double check on the numbers, but maybe it seemed a little slower than usual. Now this weekend was pretty good. Before Friday, Saturday was really good. Sunday it did slow down a little bit. People were buying football stuff, which did help, but then once, of course, Halloween night, that was it. Monday, Tuesday were okay, so it's consistent, but I don't know. As we get closer and closer, I guess we'll see.
Right.
Once.
So remember when I told you like this feels a lot slower than last year, right?
Yeah.
Looking at the numbers, this quarter, right, pretty much starting from October 1st, compared to last year, I'm down 1%.
Oh.
So I guess it's not that bad. Maybe we've been just too spoiled with first quarter and second quarter this year. That was a lot better compared to what it was. And I think our expectation ballooned so much for what fourth quarter is going to come. It'd be interesting to see, in the next 2 weeks how it's going to happen, because it should peak out, by last week of November, like the Black Friday season coming. But yeah, I just pulled it up, so it's not that wild, I guess.
I guess you know why I was a little bit more hyped on why I thought this weekend was going to do better was because I thought people, I guess for payday, like November 1st, and then
Oh,
getting
you're right.
into holiday season, that
You're
maybe
right.
they would be early kind of buying stuff.
You know what they
But
did? They
hmm,
spend their money going out partying. That's what it is.
true.
They
That is,
couldn't do it last year.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, a lot more parties, a lot more
They're probably
people.
out there watching, college football, NFL football, NBA. Man, imagine that. Everybody's like having watch party probably.
Oh, yeah. And then it was like
Besides us,
Cowboys,
right? Everybody,
America's team
Cowboys
that night.
winning, right?
Yeah.
Bengals is winning, Jets is winning. Like it's a weird world.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So
Yeah.
all at once. All right, let's get into weekend releases today. Dunk High. I think
Oh,
it wasn't there other dunks too?
yep. A lot of for Nike Plus app. Yeah.
Did I miss Big Money Mo? No, he'll be in after we do our usual in 15 more minutes, and then he'll be on.
Sure.
Get your questions ready. 1:30. This came out today. This
I
was
actually
next
tried
at
for this
Nature.
one. Did you
And
try
any
for
luck?
this one?
No.
Dude, so it was a draw, right, for the first 10 minutes. At 10:10 East Coast time, I got an L. Like, as soon as the draw closed, I got an L. So what was up with that?
Oh man. Yeah, Armand says they took an L on sneakers too. I wish I hit the 10 dunks B God.
That was my wife, man. That was wild. She got like 4.
Man, congrats all them dunks. B 700 L's, says Brian. Let me see. Do we have intro music? We probably should. Next one, women's Jordan 14 low,
Dude,
shocking pink.
I think this is dope. I think this is a dope shoe.
I think it's clean. You like the color?
I like
Something different.
more than the color. I like the texture that they put on this shoe. The
Okay.
different shade of pink.
Bubblegum pink hairy suede.
Yeah. Is that what it said?
That's what it says.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I mean, this is bad. I mean, let's see how they do. I mean,
think
definitely
it's a
something
good
different.
it's kind of like that October Breast Cancer Awareness Month kind of vibe, and just it's bright. I mean, it's about time they put something bright besides just brown and something,
Oh, like the Yeezy
Yeezy, right? Like
rock
yeah,
colors,
but I
sand.
think but I think this is limited because I don't think it's coming out on Foot Lockers and stuff like that.
Pepto, man, Rock the Kicks and Faith Lopez Pepto.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that until you guys start saying it.
Rory says Pink 14's here in Dallas already. Too Legit says pass. Texas Pete fire.
Well, I think
Texas Pete, what up?
Yeah, I think this is better than what the Billie Eilish ones. I think that's why this looks so much better compared to the last women's Jordans we've been getting.
Next, Dunk Low Championship Gray. This will be on Friday.
Yo, that's clean. What do you think?
Super clean? Yeah, super clean. Not to Georgetown Hoyas.
Yeah. Is that dark blue or black?
It's a very, very dark blue.
I thought that was black and gray.
Yeah. No, gray leather upper, navy blue overlays.
Oh, I felt like kind of like a shadow, shadow vibe.
Okay. Well, $100 Friday. Good luck on that one. I know everyone's gonna be trying for them, at least for the dunks.
Exactly, everyone.
More L's coming Friday. Intro more of a boring. Fire. It's all a little mix. Next. Oh, they're finally coming out. Friday. 520 bucks.
Can't even make it 420. Can't make a joke out of it. 520.
That's 520 bucks.
Like, come on, man. Like 500, that would have been cool. 520, like what's the 24?
And you decide to pay tax.
Yeah,
man, this is crazy.
It'd be like 550 for some states. 570 for Chicago.
Add an extra 120 for StockX fee and tax and
exactly right
processing fee, everything.
Oh man!
So replace this iconic Foamposite shell with a redesigned pattern for that unique CDG latest Nike collab. Its branding can be printed on each leather heel tab and insole.
Yeah, man, for that price, you can get like 2 or 3 cool Foamposites.
Let me see. Who Kicks? What up? Cuz we'll talk about that. Said the molding is hella expensive.
It is how expensive if they only made few pairs, to distribute the cost. But come on, man.
Patrick says
Talking
these will be
about
marked down.
molds.
Oh yeah.
Nike's got that.
All right, quick power rankings. What's going on out there? Before we talk to Mo, we're gonna do Ross, Nike Factory Store. We didn't even get any Burlington or Marshalls anything going on anyway. So Ross to Ket, they wanted $200. They were behind the glass in a size 4.
Oh man,
Man.
I'd be emailing Ross Corporate after I see that.
Size 4 or women's 5.5 behind the glass, $200, complete with box. Let me see what the chat says. But Ross at 2 stars. We got more. Most of it's clothing, fine stuff like that. Next, Fly Kicks Flip Polo Sport. Couple other jackets and vests. Brian, a little bit of Sherpa in there. Even some baseball jerseys. Get into that later. Congrats, Braves. Anybody watch baseball? Anybody care for baseball?
What's that?
How's Atlanta doing right now? Ross Shellington. Jake's probably out there partying.
Yeah. Jake was there. You didn't see him?
No, I didn't see
He
him.
was there. Yeah.
Next. Oh, wait, we're not done. Cali Reseller Polo and the Nike jacket. eBay Poshman. Nice looking jacket there. Black Nike jacket and the Barcelona pants. All right, next. Hungry Hustle, KS Reselling. It's pretty cool for the Olympics. Olympic team, size medium. That's dope. We also got this vest here, a black jacket here, Loco Finds, and Brian again. And we got the recycled jacket and the $100 Super Bowl hat randomly out there. All right, let me see. Braves equal cheater beaters. Hustle Crow. Let's go Braves. Friday going to be a party downtown. Antonio is ready. Now, this is the one. Okay, so flipping for funds. Yankees. A couple of jackets.
All right.
Yankees jersey, $15. Price we know and love. This one, TRG Kicks, this Boston one was retail $425.
What?
Yeah. Retail $425, and I think it was still $15, I think.
So you rock this with your Foamposites.
Yeah.
The $500 Foamposite to have $1,000 fit.
For Lightning Force, you can just because it's yellow. But so who knows? Baseball
What's
jersey
the story
they're
of
showing
that
up.
one? What's the story of that one?
That's a good question. Let me see. There
Come
should be a
on,
story behind this.
Jersey guy.
I don't really know a lot of baseball.
Oh, this is baseball?
Yeah,
I thought this was ping pong.
like, what the hell is this? Let me make sure I got it right. TRG Kicks. I'm gonna make sure the price was also correct. If it was 15. So retail $435.
Oh wow.
It was a size 44, and it was $20. So it has it's part of like the full authentic collection. I don't know any other story about it or anything. City Connect jersey says Dapper Fanatic. 600 resale says Austin.
Oh wow.
Crazy. So
Time to
that
go back to
alone,
Austin.
yeah, that alone make the trip and see. For baseball jerseys, that's dope. Even the Yankees one at $15. Like,
Yeah.
branded with tags. I mean, steals. What's good? One Kick Finder. Next. Outlet. A lot of the Stussy pullovers cleared the rack. $30 each. Some of them even have bid StockX right now at like 170.
What?
Crazy.
Outlet at?
I don't know.
Let me find this guy real quick.
Sourcing code. That's crazy. And for a whole rack or even half a rack, partial rack, that's crazy. This still be there for chilling for $30. It's 5 per, says Stealthy Finds. Anybody else? Love that. There we go. Vegas, Valet, nice find. DFW, what up? And then sneaker flip find, a couple of the Vapor Max back wall, also Air Max 95. Can't pass up Vapor Max under $100. And last, Big Money Mo. And it picked up some 5s. Nice. The tie-dye 97, golf 1s at Nike refurbished. And which leads us to our guest, Big Money Mo. So right on time too. It's 30 minutes. Sure. Well, we started a little bit late, but don't let the outlet guy know. Miles, outlet guy. Who tried outlet guy's photos and listings? Like, let me give this a shot. Remember last time we talked about outlet guy, how he took photos inside the outlets, listed it straight from the phone. Did anybody try that tactic in the chat?
Yeah, that's true.
And would it work? It's kind of dark inside the outlets too, so you need some really good lighting in there. But let me see. Stone Cold Glass Shatter intro. Oh man, yeah, we definitely need some.
Yeah, let me see. 100 dislikes already. You see Glenn's face?
100 dislikes. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, we're about half. Hit that like button to introduce Mo.
Come on now, half of y'all haters.
First question for Mo: why won't you show his face? Play Eye of the Tiger. We're gonna get demonetized to start playing some of these songs. All right, Mo, if he's ready, we'll bring him in. Call out the dislikes. Don't forget to disguise your voice. All right, Mo is ready. I'll bring him in. 3, 2. Well, you know what? Let me get this other thing out of the way. Sorry. All right, that Mo will not show his face. We did figure out how we could put his photo on there. So there we go. Mo, what up?
Yo, what up, guys?
The most hated.
Oh yeah,
the most hated reseller. Wow.
Yeah,
this is amazing.
Where's that intro? Resellers there is the hustle bee.
All right, let me clear this. We got the chat. So any questions that come in, we'll throw them in. As of right now, we'll just ask Mo, get them comfortable a little bit. You know, we're not rushing. We're not here trying to like, what are the typical reseller interviews go like? So, like, how did you start reselling?
I know, right?
We're not gonna do that here. Yeah. Big Money Mo. Let's start off with the first couple of questions. Are you participating in No Shave November, No Nut November, any of these?
Well, thank you for having me. And yeah, I'm No Shave November forever. You know, let my beard grow since 2010, I think. And
oh wow,
yeah, no.
Man, you just gave your identity away.
Yeah, we don't care, man.
Yeah, every big beard now is gonna be Big Money Mo. I'll be looking for you out.
Yeah,
if I see big beard, I'm gonna start stalking.
Yeah. So you say you're that's a very good question too from Matt. So you said you do a little powerlifting. So we're talking about bench, we're talking about deadlifts, we're talking about squats. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I do powerlifting. I compete. My first comp was 2014. I actually did one this weekend, placed second. You know, nothing too crazy. Total, we do like the bench press, the squat, and the deadlift. You know, you gotta max out on all lifts.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to.
Total was. I can tell, bro. Total 1460. somewhere around that. 495 squat,
Dang.
350 bench, 620 deadlift. But it's really not like top performance. I do my best lifts usually are in the gym, not like on on meet day. I'm more of a gym lift guy than anything.
Oh,
But yeah,
kind of like Glenn. I don't like Glenn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Went on the vegetarian wave, right?
Yeah.
Vegan. Yeah.
Yeah. And see these bird legs. Try to
Yeah.
do some squats.
I don't know. We usually don't see legs. We just see neck up. So we don't really
Okay.
know yet.
Yeah, we can't do that. We might that's for the other subscription based platform.
Yeah, so Big Money
Yeah.
Mo, he's brown and proud. We like that. What so people are kind of asking what are what does it say? Someone's asking about accent, someone's asking where you're from,
Somebody
background, a little
said
bit
Big
on
Money Mo sounds full.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, accent is Egypt. I'm Egyptian, born and raised. Um, when did I come here? I came here like probably 15, 16 years ago. I've been living here since then.
Okay. All
And
right.
some Queens accent too, because I lived for a long time. I lived in New York, so
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
yep.
And then obviously you're not going to tell us where you're at, but you said you're in the east somewhere. We'll keep it at
Yeah,
that,
East
right?
Coast.
Okay.
Yep.
You're right. He's in the east. Let me see. So we'll
Yeah,
have some other questions coming
East
in.
Coast, California, right?
East Coast, California, Texas.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw people off. Let me
Yeah.
see. So right now, we'll get into the backstory, how you started and stuff. But right now, would you say mainly your inventory comes from Nike Outlet?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you know somebody already that worked there, or did you build relationships? What happened there?
I build relationships. I mean, contrary to the popular belief, I still source, and I don't get phone calls. Come pick the whole rack up. This is just, I know people because I buy a lot every day, and when you buy a lot every day,
Right.
you just, people gonna know you. People gonna help you. If you're spending thousands of dollars every day, like this is normal. So I source every day, mostly Nike, and over time you just build a relationship. Like I wasn't even looking to build relationship. I was just going do my business, and you know, um, people gonna come to you, be like, yo, just wait, 10, 15 minutes, stuff is coming out, and it starts like that, and you talk to people like you, you're authentic with people, and that's it. Yeah, it's really nothing too major. I know on Instagram people like, that guy plugged in. The plug is so real. If I only had your store, and it's just it's amazing like how you take something that's very normal, like every reseller, I think every successful reseller does what I do,
Yeah.
and they take it and just corner it into one thing, which is great. It just gives me more hype.
Well, let's go to the thing that we're interested most. How did you start reselling? Were you always a businessman, or did you have a job that you went full time reselling, or was this kind of like your main thing that you've always wanted to do?
um that would be a long answer, but I never had a job, so that's
Okay.
first of all.
Okay.
I had jobs. I had two jobs before, but they're commission-based jobs. So I never got a salary. I
Okay.
never had a steady income. Never had benefits. Like I never had that security job that everybody, whatever jobs I worked, they were just like when I was selling cars, I would just get commission. I don't get
Commission.
salary.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I started reselling. You can say late 2018, mid 2018,
Okay.
and at that time I had which I actually still have. I have ice cream trucks, and the winter time was I didn't do nothing really. I just chilled for the winter, and then when I got married, I had more expenses, and I had to kind of do something for the winter so I don't eat up all of my seasonal profits. So one thing led to another, and yeah, that's what I started. Obviously, I watch your videos, a couple other people's videos, specifically your videos, because you're the only one that actually goes to stores. So it's like directly like, okay, you can just go to Ross, Burlington, Marshalls,
Mhm.
Nike store. You're gonna buy shoes. You're gonna put them on eBay. Um, but these stores, I've been to these stores. Like that's a regular visit to me before reselling.
So
Okay.
so were you always a sneakerhead?
No, I'm not. I'm even now. I'm not really a sneakerhead. I
Mhm.
love sneakers. Don't get me wrong. We love
Uh-huh.
shoes. Like
Yeah.
even back home, when somebody bring us shoes from the UK, because my
Mhm.
uncles they live in England, it's
Mhm.
like the best thing. So I
Mhm.
always loved shoes, but I
Mhm.
don't know about shoes. I
Mhm.
know a quality shoe when I see it. I
Right.
know an expensive shoe, but I don't know what's a Jordan 4. That's all I learned after I started reselling.
Mm.
Mm.
Wow, that's
What
that's
do you
that's
rock to weightlift? Like Metcons? Metcons really good or no?
Jordan ones. No, I don't
Oh.
rock, man. This shit's lame.
flat
Uh,
flat. Yeah,
bro,
leave that
that's
to
for CrossFitters, bro.
yeah, leave
I
leave that to
powerlift.
Amazon. Leave that to Amazon people. They rock Met.
Exactly.
Wouldn't
No, I
weightlifters
would.
need like Converse? Didn't they say
Yeah, they
Converse is
want
like
flat
good?
bottoms, Glenn.
Yeah.
It
I
it
told
is,
you I
but
did this
it's like
before.
Converse can really break your ankles real quick.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, because they don't have like that wide base. Obviously, depends on
your
your
foot.
build.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how you lift.
Left.
For me, currently, it's mostly Jordan ones.
Oh, yeah.
And Jamor says he just tanked the Metcon values even
Yeah,
more.
I actually have seen a lot of heavy lifters rock something of like a Jordan one. What was that? The expensive ones, like the influencer have the what's
And
that
Matt
Jordan?
Fraser.
What was that?
You talking about Midcons, right?
No, the Jordan one. What was that? Like the are those like Balenciagas, something like that, that have like Jordan one like structure looking ones, but that's kind of what they have. They want like ankle pads too.
Well,
Hmm.
someone's saying like Romaleos, which also is kind of like a weightlifting shoe,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, Romalay's, I do squat in them. They're squat shoe. They
mhm.
originally for Olympic weightlifting. I do squat in them, but recently, like I switched my stance, so the elevated heel doesn't really benefit me that much.
All right,
See,
interesting.
Glenn. See, that's what we gotta do. Rock Jordan ones when we're lifting too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get like in between sets, you watch The Last Dance, and then you're like, okay, I'm just gonna crack some
Ah,
people.
that's how you get
You
your
know,
inspiration. That's how
yeah,
you lift
you
harder.
channel some Jordan energy
Yeah, you take it
when you're out there.
personally. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back to sourcing a little bit. I noticed. So, if you want to go back and you see Mo's older posts, you were doing also a lot of Burlington. Now, during the time Burlington was on fire, of course. When did you
Mhm.
notice that it was definitely slowing down? And do you still go to Burlington now just to double check, or you're just kind of like, man, what I've heard, what I've seen, who I've talked to, this is going to be a long haul?
I stopped going to Burlington after like 2 months straight of going and not finding anything. That's
Mm,
when I was like, this is not because I really like used to go everywhere. Like my state, I do two states next to me as well. Like I would,
okay.
you know, 10 hour sourcing, just sourcing, you know.
So you're trying to tell us that you actually work hard to get all this stuff that you get?
This the metaverse hard, so it's just
Oh,
source in virtual augmented
uh,
reality.
so
Metaverse.
this guy
Yeah,
drives
of
around,
course.
Glenn. This guy gets around. I mean,
There you
two
go.
states, right? Next two states over.
No, so that's definitely. I mean, especially when I was building up my inventory, because
Mhm,
whoever follows me, like you can see that last summer I got 2 units,
mhm,
which each unit takes around 1,500, 2,000 pairs, and they full,
Mm,
like you can't even walk in. So
mhm.
that inventory has to come from somewhere. It's not gonna come from ordering shit online. It's not gonna come from
Right.
if you want good stuff, you have to source it.
Oh,
And
right.
when 2020 was amazing, the stores was just crazy. So I forgot what was the question. Yeah, so
So
Burlington.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so Burlington, I just was doing my regular routes, doing my 10, 15 stores, which is like not around the stages, my 2 or 3 hour driving. And then just nothing over and over and over again. And the people that I know, they just keep telling me, I'm sorry, we don't have anything.
Mhm.
And then I was just doing more Nike, and then I was like, that's it for now. I
Right.
do still go to my local Burlington
Hmm.
every day, even though I know I'm not gonna find anything.
Yeah.
I do my local Marshalls every day, and the outlets.
Mm.
So pretty much, yeah. Just you never know. Just double checking, see where they're at, and see. And who did you build? Did you build any relationships there at Burlington, as far as like managers or not
Yeah,
really?
I have. Yeah, any store I go to, I have relationships in. I'm a people's person, right? So I'm very interested in people. Like if I meet, let's say Glenn for the first time, not for the first time, but if I see your face and we start talking, I want to know like what are you about? You know what I mean? Like I want to know your background. You like where do you come from? Was that the only thing? So when you talk to people, like they can sense that you're genuine,
Mhm.
and they just wanna they wanna talk with you. They wanna and this just comes like, okay, instead of coming around every day, you can just take my number and I'll tell you when stuff is here. And I
Yeah,
go every day anyhow, because I don't really count on someone. But
exactly.
that's how you build it,
Yeah, that's one of the things you'll learn real quick is like if you want to play, if people want to play that game and depend on somebody, it's like you still have to go. You still have to make the effort
Mhm.
because even if that one person gets a day off, they had an early shift. Next thing you know, stuff's coming in later on. You never know, so you have to keep making that
yeah,
trip over there
exactly.
and see,
And I
what
don't
they
know how
have.
it's like, how like people don't think about that you have one connector, two connect inside a store, while there's 20, 30 people working. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
Right.
this guy is gonna have what, a half a shift every day,
Mhm. Right.
and during their shifts, are they gonna dedicate their time to serve you?
Right.
And what's the return? Like, so that's why, like, I don't understand sometimes, like, people don't think that this is, you have to go. There's no plug in
Right.
this game, unless
Right.
you're like Glenn.
Yeah. Yeah.
or even
Unless
then,
And
you even
unless
you
you
have.
unless you're bored, you're part of a Ross board member or something like that.
Yeah, like unless you have someone that like you place an order and it comes to you
Yeah.
directly to your warehouse,
Mhm.
like there's
Yeah.
no plug
Right.
really. It's just
Well,
you have to
well,
be there.
yeah. It sounds like something that you said in one of our live shows that this is where you actually thrive more when it's hard, right? Like you actually uh like it. You like hustling harder when it's dry season and stuff like that because this is
Yep.
when you get tested, and this is when you actually build character, right? Like you built your, like even you mentioned it, you still go every day to Burlington and Marshalls, and a lot of times some resellers quit going after a few dry season, but what's doing it for you is you're trying to build habits, and then now you're building solid relationships. Ultimately,
Hmm.
when stuff comes, you already have that built relationships too. Ultimately,
Of
if
course.
you could get a text like, hey, shipments finally coming in. So I
Hmm.
think that's one of the things that I wanted to highlight. I mean, coming from you,
Yeah, this
that's good.
definitely. And I'm stubborn too, very stubborn. Like if I don't find stuff, I'm like stuff has to be like, you know what I mean? I
Mhm.
have to find something. Like
Right.
this is I'm just not gonna leave the day
Right.
like on, nothing. Like this is not, so I'm like very stubborn. And like even when I go to these stores, like some of the employees, they just tired of seeing me, and they like, you again, and like, come on bro, there's nothing here, and that even fires me up more.
Yeah. That's one of the things that B had always talked about, which was like if they don't know your name and they don't recognize your face, then you're not going that often.
Exactly.
No, yeah.
B's always preached that from the beginning, as
Yeah.
far as
I
that
mean,
goes.
yeah, to a point that you just see them in everywhere, right? Like whether they're with their family at the mall or at a restaurant, it's like, hey, like next thing you know, I just start
Of
saying hi
course.
to people. But
Hmm.
because it sounds. I mean, it feels like you work with them, right? Because part of your business is seeing them daily. So there
Yeah,
has to be a
actually.
point of a connection there.
Yep, I'm actually talking about that. In some of my outlets, the guys that work there, they ask me what they have. That's how much I'm there. So they were like, "What? I was off yesterday. Did they have anything?"
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, right? That is a good point. Especially part timers. I hear that too when they say it's like, "Hey, what have you found in our store lately?"
Yeah. Yep.
Rashard had a good question. We're gonna get the questions kind of sprinkled in
Right.
here, but Rashard asked Big Money Mo, do you ever run into any problems at the outlet because you resell? Like maybe from the very beginning, even till now, did they try not to give you any things like discounts or limits or anything like that? Now or even back then, or how did that evolve?
I mean, I think everyone runs into problems, no matter what they are, or who they are. It's the way you deal with these issues, right? Um, I ran into no discounts problem, limits. They holding stuff back till I leave because
Mm,
the manager is not feeling like had make like they don't feel like I should make money that day.
yeah. Just
Um,
one of those days, which we've seen it
just
too.
yeah,
Like,
all kinds of problems that you can think about, or one of the people, they have their favorite guy coming and I'm there, and they know if I'm there I'm gonna just take the whole thing,
mm,
so they just give me hard time. I had people overcharge me for shoes before, like
mm,
ringing me 2-3 times. I have people all kinds of problems. Just there's a lot of when you're doing something, you're very dedicated to it. It's people that get really mad that why are you like doing it? Why are you going that hard?
yeah.
Like there's people that mad at this, and I usually, the way I deal with it, back to Rashad's question, is I try to diffuse everything, right?
Hmm.
Like I try to always not be confront, like don't have a conflict in the place where you work or where you
Yeah.
source. So always try to diffuse the problem. If it's a L that you're gonna take that day, just take the L and move on. And next day, meet that whoever gave you that L, just meet him again and with a smiley face, and that's it.
That's very true. I mean, I've seen dudes flat out just burn bridges and then they expect
Hmm.
they expect royal treatment when if they come back the next week. I'm like, dude, you just tore them a new one here and now you want,
Exactly.
you want them to save you shoes or I mean, treat people with respect, they'll do it back to you. There's no need to get riled up. Like you said too, sometimes the managers they're having a bad day. At one time when my manager came in, I don't know. She just like woke up. You could tell she was tired, something. It was one of those days where she was just like, no, 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 limit this and that. No, I can't take this, can't do that. All right, fine, I get it.
Whatever.
And then the
Mm.
next week, it was like, she was
Or
having
more.
like, oh, I no limit here. Let me charge you on this register. It's like, oh, having a better day today. So it happens.
Yeah,
That
Hmm.
was good the way he explained it though.
that's why I bring donuts.
Here we go with the donuts.
Yeah.
Big Money Mo, have you ever taken any donuts or pizza?
No, that would just like be very bad where I'm at. You gotta be like, get the F out of here with that bullshit. Like,
All
what are
right,
you? Because
Big
we
Money
have
Mo. It's not friendly enough yet, but
no,
Big
it's
Money
not
Mo, you
about that.
gotta
It's
try
just
it.
we have like heavy hitters that comes to our outlets. Like
Mm,
we have people that it's not like in my area. It's not like oh funny, and you know what I mean. It's like everybody knows what you do. Everybody knows how much money you make.
Oh, yeah,
Everybody's in on it.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that's
So
why they hate me.
yeah,
The other resellers hate me,
like
especially
not
at Bully.
resale, I'm talking like people that work there. Like
mm,
if you know what I mean, like people know in my area this is it's not like if I walked in, I seen some dudes try to get Starbucks or whatever, and you just made fun of them for the
mm.
most part.
Like
One
look at these
time,
dudes kissing ass, that type of thing.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
one time I gotta be honest, I did buy everybody ice cream. Not buy, I had the ice cream truck in the days that where I had both businesses,
Mm,
Mm.
still driving the ice cream truck myself. And this girl, I remember, she like insisted that she gotta get ice cream from one of the stores. And I was like, listen, just take, come and take whatever for everybody. And then the manager came talk to me. He's like, oh, well, you can't expect anything back. I was like, yeah, what am I expect back?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she told me right, like before anything, like, and they made a big deal about it. And it's just not,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of
it's
felt
not
like you
easy.
can't buy us off. Like we're not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
exactly.
can see that
Well,
definitely
yeah, I
happen.
mean, that's that's totally a good point. To because at the end of the day, you can't treat everybody the same, right?
Hmm.
There's gonna be you have to be flexible and stuff like that. Like one store I go to, they like fried chicken. One store is like they like Starbucks. So you gotta know, and you gotta find out. And some stores don't want it, right? Um,
Yeah.
but I think especially in the area it varies and stuff like that, but
Hmm.
like I said, and this is a good thing, right? Like donuts don't give you access like the way I would in certain stores. So that's fair game ultimately, right? Because it's different
Yeah,
for you, it's
definitely.
different for me, but at the end of the day, right, we still get the stuff that we want. We're
Exactly.
friendly with employees. We get the stuff that we want. We're inventory, but that just goes to show you that it's not really what we give them. It's more of like the thought of we're just treating them fair, and then we're nice to them. I mean, even
Hmm.
when they're having a bad day, we're not trying to push their buttons at the wrong timing.
Yeah, that's key. Like how you treat people generally, whether it's store or outside store, and if you're genuine, like some people are like I can tell they making a conversation because they get in it, they want to get to something, right? And
Hmm.
the employees or the managers, no matter how dumb you think they are, they can tell who's fake and who's not.
Right, that's true.
And anyone can tell. So if you're like, oh, this and that, whatever, but they know that you want something, so they're gonna shut you down before you even try. So
Hmm.
as
Yeah.
long as you're going in, and another thing too, you can't really count on anything. Like I have people like hit me up on Instagram and like um I went and I tried to talk to this guy. I tell him I'm gonna give you money if you tell me the thing, and he's like got scared. I was like, of course, dude. Who does that? Like,
Yeah.
who goes to somebody and be like, hey, listen, I'm gonna give you whatever because he has a job. I'm pretty sure his paycheck is more important than your
Hmm.
$20
Right.
a fine or whatever.
Yeah.
That things take time because they have to trust you.
True. And then let me see. Oh, someone had, I think it was Brian. He was talking about, I remember the hold for Mo sign at Marshall's. So, who did you build a good relationship with someone at Marshall's at the time?
Yeah, like I said, any store that I go to, I have good relationship, the best that they can be, right? And I
Hmm.
don't count on any of those relationships. So I
Yeah.
want to like people have to understand this. I do not count on any of them. If all of them
Right.
tomorrow are gone, I'm still gonna make the same amount of sales. I'm gonna still have the same amount of product. Like I don't count on them. But these people, like, you gotta picture it in your head. You're there every day in the store, and
Hmm.
let's say you keep the store restocks, right? You're there when you know who's working in the store that day, you know what time they come into the shift, right? That's like general information. Anyone can know that. With
Yeah.
like a 5 minute conversation, you can know,
Right.
well, yeah, I work Thursdays and Fridays, I work from 10 to 5, right? And then you
Hmm.
know that this person is the guy that or the girl that's gonna process the stuff. So
Hmm.
you there at that time, the stuff comes out, you take it, and you keep repeating that over and over again. It's gonna come
Right.
to a point where, if we get cleats, do you want them?
Right.
Is it just gonna be natural?
Right.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Right.
yeah, of course, and who, you're the one that makes it easier because sometimes they don't want to censor the stuff. Sometimes they don't want to process the stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if the manager is in on it and the manager is okay with it, then they're just gonna hold it, and then you're gonna go and pick it up. But
Right.
the key is you have to be always ready, and
Hmm.
that's like a huge thing that people are missing. Like I can be at the gym, which the gym is like one of the most addictive things I do, right?
Hmm.
And I can be at the gym. I already had my meals planned. I have my pre-workout in. I'm all hyped up. I'm in like beast mode, right? And okay, Marshalls, this Marshalls is having whatever, whatever. and with all this mix and my boys is there and we're ready to lift, I would leave everything and go pick up the stuff.
Mhm.
So are you ready to you know what I mean? Are you ready?
Drop
Are you
everything
fine?
Drop
to
everything. Yeah.
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 Are you financially ready to pick up stuff?
Mhm.
You know, every time somebody tells you
Right.
there's something, are you financially ready? And can your business even handle it? Can you process, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
50, 60 pairs per day?
Right.
Can you list them on time? Can you ship them? And can you keep doing that over and over and over every
Yeah.
day? Because that's how you're gonna build the connection. You know, the connection is not gonna call you or text you if they think that you might or might not pick it up. They know Mo is gonna clear this out, right? And
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
even I overdo it sometimes. Like sometimes, you know, if I have competition and they buying a shoe that I don't really want to buy, I would clear out the racks just to, you know, mess with them
Yeah.
because that's what you know what I mean? I can still sell it. I can still make money off of it, but it's not gonna hurt me like financially. It's not gonna hurt my storage space. So I did that actually. I do that a lot, honestly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If I see them, you know, certain people, if I see them like going crazy over a shoe, and I know these people are messing with me every time I'm at, you know, I'm at the stores, I would go in and I would, you know, mess around with them a little bit and buy the shoes. And, you know, a couple months later, you found out these shoes are, you know, $50, $60 over whatever you paid for, and you just sell them all StockX, and that's it.
True, and I think it's also not only like sending a statement also to the other resellers that you're competition with, but also just the people that you're buying from that hey,
Right.
Hmm.
he is reliable, that
Consistent. Yeah.
he can yeah, he is consistent in buying stuff that hey, he will take them, he'll take them. So that's what you said, it becomes natural that they
Right.
are going to depend on you. So when it does come in, it's like, all right, cool. Mo's ready. He's here. He's ready to buy. There's some other questions, and then have some good, actually, really good questions that are coming in. Let me see. Someone I had it highlighted. No, I don't know where it went. Let me see where that one was. Where'd it go?
One question was, do you have people who help you process and ship?
It's just me and my wife.
Okay.
And
Okay,
shout out
so
to my wife. She does a lot of the processing and shipping. I almost don't do any shipping anymore.
Mhm.
She does all the shipping.
it's kind of like being his wife. I
Mhm.
mean, a
Yeah.
nice combo. You guys work. What about like listings, photos, things like that? Is it kind of a mix? You guys do?
Mostly her. I would say like
Okay.
85% her.
Okay.
I do especially with specific items because I built the templates, right?
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
how we list.
Mhm.
I did that, and she kind of works off that. As so, some items I would draft it, and then when she takes the picture, she's upload it. But for the most part, she does, you know, all this. And I do right now at this point almost half or even more than half of my stuff is on Go, which I
Mhm.
list. You know, I list stuff on Go as soon as I buy them. Like before I
Right.
even leave the store, it's all listed.
Like Andrew Legs, do your stores have limits, or do you bring family friends with you to source to get more pairs?
It's five per store. So if I want to get more than five, I have to bring first. Usually, it's my wife. So
Hmm.
I call her. She comes. And I have a lot of people, not a lot, but I have a couple of guys at least that are ready at any point to just come and, you know, whatever you pay them, whatever. Some of them are resellers, like small time.
Yeah.
So they come, you know, they get the benefit that, you know, I'm in the stores. So they might get a pair or two of whatever, you know, that I'm
Hmm.
buying. And then I get three pairs, or maybe they come with their girlfriend and they get two or three pairs, and I get the seven remain pairs.
For all the refurbished, was there a limit on those? I wouldn't think not, right? Because they're all different styles.
Yeah, just 30 or five
Oh,
Gs.
30. Okay.
30
Yeah.
total.
Okay. Now that makes sense. Let me go back on here. Let me see. There was another question. Those are good ones. Oh, Clark Kent. $10 in the super chat. Thanks for that. I'm still trying to find out how that Nike outlet let you buy all those J's. So the Jordan 1 mids did the same thing. It was me and the
No, see,
wife.
yeah,
So that
it's
was
no.
already 20. That was already 20 pairs. Um that was pretty much it. I mean,
What you guys have
that's the
been?
key though, is taking people.
Right. Yeah.
And even the other resellers that I do know, we've helped each other out in certain things. Like I know a reseller too that he sells more local stuff, but lower end. And then for me, I'm like, well, I'd rather take, higher end, and then all right, I'll take these 5 for you, take these 5 for me,
Yeah.
and then go back and forth. So
Yeah. I think ultimately, like, I think people, some of the comments we get is like, we break rules. That's the last thing we want to do in the stores, really, because you're always there. You don't want to upset anybody, especially the managers, right? Because you don't want to be branded like, oh, this is the guy's always trying to break the rules. But if you
That's
actually
very
have the
true.
when you have the people to buy, right? For example, like I could buy 5, my wife could buy 5, I could bring a friend who could buy 5. That's not breaking the rule. And if they, and
Hmm.
honestly, if they tell me to stop doing it, I would stop. But I would tell them, explain them that, like, can I have somebody else check out for me? And if they let it, because a lot of times they want to move the product, they just don't want to get in trouble with management,
yeah.
right?
And if
And
they're offering, I'm not gonna double question it. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah.
here's Lois. It's not breaking the rules if they allow it. So if they're offering, they allow it, right? Go ahead,
Hmm.
take
No,
full
it's
advantage.
pretty normal. It's I think it's known at any of the Nike outlets I went to that you're a bulk buyer and you have someone to check out. They can be like they can be the extra strict. They would tell you use a different credit card or
Right.
use a different account. That's like when
Mhm.
they are strict or yeah, that's pretty much it. And going to what B said about breaking the rules, I break zero rules, like to the point where I don't even put myself. Like I know some resellers they come and they put their stuff. They don't want to walk the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
With all the bags, I carry like I powerlifted. That stuff for me is nothing. So I would carry in 2 hands like 30 pairs and walk with them. So
Mhm.
that way, I don't want nobody to tell me,
Right.
just move this or move that. But then later on, if you get one day where you don't feel like carrying the stuff and you just leave them in the middle of the store, they usually don't mess with me because I'm always consistent with, and you got to give people respect too. If a manager, because that's another thing I see with resellers, right? They think they're better than the manager, right? They like,
Mhm.
I don't know where that come from, but they think they're like, oh, who's this guy? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
I'm the man. Like, I'm a reseller. I just made $1,000 of these pairs. Like, I'm smarter than everybody. And the manager, he's there to do one job, and just give it to him. Like, why are you making it hard for him to do just one thing, which is keep the store organized, keep the store going straight, right? But
Mhm.
then they get like really bent out of shape if they told him, you can't just leave the stuff here, you know,
Yeah.
just carry the stuff with you. Like they would go crazy. I remember right before lockdown was this guy, and they decided there was a shoe. I think it was like some type of Jordan for like $20 or $15, like when stuff was free, before the lockdown. And all the resellers bought it, and the line is just full of resellers.
Mm.
And then they had 5 registers open, and they decided it's going to be only one register for the resellers. So the store is busy, and then you have a line of resellers, and it's only one register to process them. And I remember this guy started screaming in the store, like, I'm spending 100K a year here. And then a manager comes to me, he's like, "Bro, don't you like spend 100K in a couple of months? What's 100K a year that that he's talking about?" I was like,
Yeah.
"I know. Like, what are you trying to show off? Like 100K a year? Nike makes like 40, 50 a day in sales in the store.
Yeah.
Like, 100K a year is not even, but that's how they just think too much of themselves. Some of these reseller.
One of the things that we saw too was for like out hustled that did make it kind of difficult was just that like going into a different state, different city, and not knowing different, I guess, managers, workers, things like that. You can get friendly, things like that. When we went to Dallas, they were really nice on some of the outlets. When me and Gritty Girl Boss in California, I remember we saw like it was like a 90 Air Max 97 that after the discounts and stuff, I think people didn't realize they were selling that well, and we had asked for more in the back, and then all of a sudden didn't have any. And I was like, well, how did that happen? One worker was like, yeah, we got 20 something pairs in the back. And then the next worker's like, no, they made a mistake. We don't have those anymore or something. And we tell people too, is like, when you know your outlet and you're consistently there, even the other stores too, that's going to be your best bet because you built that relationship, you built the routine, you know who you're talking to, you can really start to build up from there. Going out of town does mix things, but it is fun, but it does mix things.
True.
Let me go back to the chat, see the other questions. B, did you have a question before I go back on here? Let me see. Oh, Dapper Fanatic. You said you are married. You said you're a family man. Hard to drop and to go sometimes as far as that. Do you have any kids?
No kids yet, so
okay, no kids
not
yet.
that hard.
There's a good question here. What's your minimum profit per item? What's the lowest net you'll take? Like, how, if you could, if you're willing to share that, like, what's kind of like the buying plan you have?
The buying plan is flexible, but generally speaking, obviously, I go for the big stuff, the big money. That's like where I'm gonna put my
Like
energy.
Big Money Mo.
Yeah, exactly. So I like, the 50, 60 per shoe profit. That's where I'm happy. And, obviously I get those 100 per shoe profit, whatever. But then to build like if I want to buy bulk from an item, so let's say an item that's in the bin and no one is picking up. If the sell through rate is good and I can make like $20 and up, I would keep buying it. So that way I can buy every single day, 5 or 10 pairs, if it's 20 or more. But generally speaking, I look for like the stuff that's good money on it.
Well, let's talk about capital, cash flow, things like that. We had some questions about that. So how did you start? How much money did you have to invest when you first started? And then how did it grow from there? Like, did you start off by buying other things besides shoes, or you only had a certain amount of money to spend? How did that work?
Yeah, well, I started, when did I start? Well, when I started, I remember I had money saved, obviously. And I thought, I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna put like $1,000 into it or 2,000, and that was gone in like a couple of days. I found a couple of shoes at Nike, and I bought 2, 3 days in a row, and that money was gone. And when I started, uh, it was like Q4, so the stuff that I got was sold really quick. I posted some of my own stuff before, and that got sold as well. But we're talking about like the stuff I got from sourcing. So yeah, that got sold, and then I kept buying till I ran out of money, and I went into my ice cream season, which is in the summer, and I had really no money, like to even start the season. But you can buy whatever you need to start the season without having to pay right away. So I started my ice cream season, and then whatever money I made from the ice cream, I went and sourced with it, and I kept just throwing stuff into the inventory, just throwing money into the inventory, and it's just built by time because you're doing two things, two businesses at the same time. Obviously, you're watching your spending. I mean, um, I don't spend on really anything that most people spend on. I don't eat out. I don't no vacations really, no car payment, like the stuff that drains people's bank account. I stay away from it. So everything was just into the business, and all the money I spend is just making me money back, and I keep spending it again even till that day. Everything I have is just either in the inventory or it's in stocks, and that's it.
What about any credit cards? Do you use credit cards now, or did you use any back then?
Well, yeah, I use credit cards even back then, but I have the money to back it up.
Okay.
So I buy with the credit cards, and I have money back it up. Same thing now. I buy with credit cards, and I pay it off, within the week or two.
What about, so you talked about storage. Before we get into sales, storage,
Mhm.
you have technically there's like 2 storage units. Is where you keep most of your
Yeah.
stuff? Okay, so you said
Uh,
they're all pretty much full. There's like a shipping station there too, or you have to move stuff, or how does that work?
no, you gotta. I gotta pick them up whether either the night or the morning off, and bring them home and ship them there from there.
What does that overhead look like as far as what you pay more or less per month?
It's nothing. It's like 700 a month for
Each
four
or both?
thousand three both
Okay.
like 3,000 extra pairs. It's just not even money to think about. Really.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, that's crazy. So that filled up, and most of them, would you say you're pretty much like a slow seller trying to get the most ROI, or trying to do quick flips, or just depends what it is?
Probably a slow seller because we can only ship so much per day.
Right.
So the general plan is to buy good stuff and hold it since I have the capital, right?
Right.
Mm.
And then when we get to it, by the time we get to it and list it and ship it, that just keep replenishing, whatever we have. And then we try to stay around the 50, 60 orders per day, nothing more. So if I go and I see an item and I see a lot of it, but I'm only making $10 on it, or the sell through rate is low, I usually avoid buying it.
Mm. So I guess so. I think, or we they're asking about sales. Oh, Mr. Eric, what are your daily goal on sales?
Oh, I don't even know anymore. There's really no goals. I buy, like, I don't watch numbers closely like that, to be honest with you. Like, I don't care really much. As long as I'm sourcing, listing on Go, listing on eBay, shipping stuff on time, it doesn't matter, what's the goal. Like, you can't really make a goal for sales unless you have the stuff and you're listing it.
Mhm.
So,
And
and
someone had
and
asked, I
that's
guess. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, that's talking about you don't have restriction on capital, you don't have restriction on space, because I don't have those two restrictions. So I'm not thinking about them like someone else might have only a certain amount of money to work with, so they have to pick and choose between let's say a 50% ROI or 100% or 150%, right? So they might leave stuff behind for that reason.
Hmm. Well, I think, yeah, because I guess going back and forth, like Mr. Eric says, it's tough. I think it depends also where you live or how close maybe the storage units are. Because we knew a guy too that his storage unit was like, that's the closest he could get, was still a good,
Mhm.
I don't know, it's kind of troubling to kind of get the inventory out. So I mean, at
Mhm.
this point, I know you already have a full system as far as like, is it pretty
Yeah,
close? Is
and
that, or does it kind of
there's
bother you to go back and forth? Would you rather have it in your house or?
I would obviously rather have it all in the house, but I don't even live in the house. I live in an
Mm.
apartment, one
Oh, okay.
bedroom. So
Okay.
it's like this is not even an option. And um, a lot of the storage unit that I have around me, a lot of them are workers. Like there's resellers, there is construction workers that put their tools in. So it's not like a storage unit where, people are just storing, their personal stuff. A lot of it is actually working people, different businesses.
Right. So,
And I live 5 minutes from the storage unit. So,
Mm.
mhm.
and I
So,
have, good access. Mhm.
I want to talk about like goals. What's your how big do you want to take this? You want to move into a warehouse, or you want to move into a big house or something like that? Is there anything that you want to get to?
Um, I really like not the best person to ask about goals, to be honest with you, because I used to set goals at first for reselling and even in my ice cream business, but just these goals that you get to them so quick, right?
Hmm.
So I'm kind of like, okay, where can this go? Or, how far can this go? Like I have talks with myself, you know what I mean? So like last year, I was like, I definitely can afford and can't, like, on all levels, I can afford to get more shoes. I can afford to process more shoes. So instead of like going and looking, because I looked for a warehouse or a place
Hmm.
to rent, and where I would set up the shipping and I would have internet. And we just like, it's a job. My wife can go there in the morning and do her thing and come back. But I live in a very expensive area. Like it's
Okay.
not gonna happen.
Right. Yeah.
That you
So,
get, just to get a spot, an office, you need like 2 Gs for an office that you can't even do anything in it.
okay.
So
So, yeah.
this is kind of out of the question unless
Mhm.
I move further away from
Mhm.
where I live. Then I can maybe get into a warehouse, but that would just be a lot unnecessary work.
Mhm.
I do have still like it's in on my mind that
Mhm.
maybe I can, because I can get more stuff than what I'm even getting right now. So maybe if I have a place and I have like an actual someone to process, like someone to list on the daily and someone
Mhm.
to ship on the daily besides my
Right.
wife,
Right.
then I would like have maybe 3 or 4 times the operation that I have now.
Mhm.
But it's not that exciting to me. Like that sounds like a lot of work.
Okay.
So would you say your wife's kind of like semi part time, or even closer to full time? What would you say her
No,
workload?
she full time.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you get two full times. Someone that's sourcing full time and someone that taking care of a lot of other stuff full time, and we still don't we're not keeping up with everything still. Like there's still more, but that's how I like to operate in general. I like to leave a lot more in the tank. That's how I did with my ice cream business. I was always overbooked. Like I can't keep up with the clients, and that's how I like to operate. I know some people get stressed out if or
Mhm.
overwhelmed if they have to cancel stuff or if the operation is not running very smooth. To me, if I'm always overbooked, if I always can, have more, that means I'm making the most money that can be made into that business on the scale that I'm in.
Makes sense. Would you say so? Your Goat, StockX, eBay, anything else you would add on?
Uh, Go StockX, eBay. I'm on Poshmark, but that's like haven't been updated in a while. So I don't even know what's going on there, but mainly go to eBay. StockX is like, when I feel like I just want to flip something quick. But
Mm,
mainly go to eBay. And honestly, like on if it's not Q4, Go is doing better than eBay.
okay. Is Mo on Amazon? They ask.
I am on Amazon. I actually had big hopes for Amazon, but shit sucks.
All right. Let me see. Because I know we definitely want to have a Mile High, and I know we have questions regarding that. So I think that would definitely be good too. We can have a little bit of both and see what's going on. And Goat all the way says radio. I guess Goat. I mean, Goat's always been consistent. Even getting shoes, they've been pretty consistent. eBay's been pretty fast. StockX, me and B were talking about it. They've been pretty slow.
Mhm.
To get things kind of like going to, which is kind of funny though, because they charge the most on fees and processing and all the
Mhm.
other stuff, but yet they're the slowest to get it. Um, what's your favorite place to source? Says AN. I would say that probably Nike Outlet. I would think.
Right now, of course, overall, if I had to put a place, it would probably be Marshalls. It's the most fun.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then what about online buying? Do you follow any like Twitter links, things like that? Try to get early on that, or you're strictly in person?
I used to have the Twitter links, especially when it was lockdown. That's when I learned about this and online. And I used to have it on, but it's just not really, you know, it's not really beneficial to me. I mean, I know there's some people that live off the, the discords,
Mm-hmm,
and that's not for me really.
mm-hmm.
I would go like I remember I used to like I'm waiting in line for Nike to
Mhm.
go in the store, and I go on the app and just look for whatever. I just write whatever sale, 40% and up on the sale, and then I list them by whatever highest price because I want to buy like the good stuff. And if there's something that look like a deal, I buy it. Some stuff is great, but
Mhm.
for the most part, the stuff is in the store. Why would I bother going online?
Mm. Oh, Radio asks, what do you do about the missing lid stuff from the outlets? Do you try to find replacement boxes, or you sell without?
No, just missing lid or no box.
And you sell any local stuff, like any local
No.
buyers that? Nope, just strictly online, source,
Yeah.
ship,
I don't
get
even
it
sell
out.
to my friends like anymore. Like maybe like I have friends that want sneakers for like months now. Like I don't have time for that, bro. Like going back and forth. I buy local. Like I buy from people that I know. I
Mhm.
buy anything really, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Can buy cars, I can buy motorcycles, I buy, if it's something that's set up in a way where I can make money off it, I'll buy it.
yeah, nice. How early do you get to the outlets in the morning? Is that pretty much like an everyday thing to where you're one of the first ones
Hmm.
there, or okay?
Yeah, I am the first one there every day.
Uh, all
So
right. I know a lot
I
of.
go to the outlet. Like if I sometimes I go early, like 45 minutes before, and I just take a walk and like get some sun in and clear up my mind and just war ready.
Yes, sir. Any other questions? Get them in now. I know we've been a good 50 minutes in, but any other questions? Anything we haven't asked, Mo?
Mhm.
Definitely throw that in. AN, do you buy items to just hold?
Yeah. I have like with the stuff that I buy, if like some things I see has a very high sell rate, but it's not a lot of money in it currently. I hold it for a couple of months till everybody sells out, and then I start selling them.
Kind of like the Jordan 1 mid cleats at Burlington. Remember they have the
Mhm.
Chicago
Right.
cleats, and then that was like they were what, $20, and then man, I think down the road, whoever had the ones left, they were at like 3 plus. I think people were
Yeah, I still
selling them.
have a couple of pairs left. I think I'm selling like 300 for each.
Southtown finds, what are some of your best and worst investments? What's like a bad buy that you could remember, even if you were just starting off?
There's a lot of them, bro. Believe it or not. I mean, you gotta keep trying, and when you try and you end up buying stuff that sucks. So I remember this one shoe because I still have this shoe till this day. There's that. What is it called? The Jordan 20 Generation 23 HOH. It's like the Steve Webby. He's like the
Okay.
all right. So he did a Jordan 10 and then he did a Team Jordan. I bought this shoe for $40 like 3 years ago, and it had good comps on eBay, but this shit doesn't want to sell, bro. I mean, I sell one every 3-4 months for like almost retail, and it just I mean almost whatever I pay for it. But yeah, I have stuff that sucks. It's probably I would say like I would get because when you're buying a lot, you're gonna have stuff that's not the best because you keep trying sometimes. But it's not like a huge portion of my inventory. Most of my inventory and the profit that I make on the good stuff is just covers whatever bad things you got.
Well, Darren asked, like, do you buy and sell other brands like New Balance or Vans or anything like that, or you're strictly kind of like focused like Nike, Jordan? I know this is gonna move for me, or do you
I
mix it
I
up?
exp- yeah, I buy other stuff, but it's just whatever is available. So like the New Balance, I get them from Marshalls when they had them.
Mm.
So I buy like the stuff that has good comps. I buy Timberlands from New Balance as well. Not New Balance, from Marshalls when they get them. If it's a good comp, that's just for the winter. I try to stay away from Adidas. I don't have good experience with them.
Okay.
Yeah. Adidas is trash.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
it's like I don't know. Like I know people that make real good money off Adidas, and
Yeah.
they make it on eBay. I just don't know how they do that. Numbers is just not there.
Marco, if and when your sales are dead or slow, do you keep buying or do you slow down to conserve money and try to get rid of some? Well, in your case, if your
Um,
capital is built up, um, you're playing a different game than if you're needing, money, I think.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I don't like. I'm always buying, so there's always something to sell. Like I always have something to make money off.
Hmm.
It's not like I know people buy and they try to move it as quick as possible, and you kind of get stuck in that loop of you have to get rid of that stuff, and the stuff everybody's buying it. Like whatever comes to the outlet, you're not the only one that has it. Everyone has it,
Yeah.
and they start racing to sell it. So early on, I just put like for my business, 3 to 6 months where my
Mm,
stuff is gonna sell. So my
yeah.
plan from day one that I'm gonna price the stuff where it's gonna sell in 3 to 6 months. So by the time it sells, I can keep loading stuff, keep buying stuff, buy stuff, buy stuff. By the time it sells, you're making decent money,
Yeah.
and you just keep that cycle going.
And Armand, how do you deal with death piles if you have any? So does your wife have like you must get things listed by end of the day, end of the week? Do you guys have rules?
Not really. It's just
Okay.
whenever we get to it, and death piles. It depends, like what kind of death piles. It's stuff that's bad, like bad buys, or good buys, but you're not listing them
Yeah.
because there's no just death piles. You pick everything. Like everything I'm buying, I picked it, and I know it has money in it for the most part.
Yeah.
So death piles, my death piles is not like actually death piles to me work in my favor. Like there's stuff that I haven't been listed when I get to it. That stuff just shut up in price.
That's true.
It, you know,
Let me
yeah.
see. Question for all three of you. How do you guys feel about the new tax law? That's on too legit. The Let me see, change from 20K down to 600 per year. And that question we answered, I think, on Monday's show, which is that well, we had gone over the 20K regardless
Yeah,
anyway for the last.
just pay the man.
So it is what it
Yeah,
is.
and just pay your taxes.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
Hey, the more
Uh,
taxes I'll pay, the better the business has been, right?
Exactly.
I can't wait to pay 1 million in taxes.
Let me see. Do you charge shipping or do you free shipping on eBay?
It depends on the item, but some of my items, I would say half and half. Half of my items are charge shipping because I'm the only one that has it.
Mm.
Um, the other stuff, if it's like everything, like
If it's rare, you pretty much control
yeah,
it, right?
yeah, and if I know that can be returned, so if I have, let's say, boots that I know it's heavy to ship, and not a lot of people have them, then I would charge shipping. Stuff like that goes to authentication, I usually do free shipping because
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly how much is gonna be beforehand. So I just
Mm-hmm.
do free shipping and promote it and just try to be out there.
Mile High, good question. Have you ever experimented with other product categories?
Um, yeah, a little bit, but I haven't went away from like at the beginning. I tried do everything. I try to go Goodwill. I try to go different stores. I tried, what else did I try? I tried to buy toys at first, but not like, I tried to buy some Funko Pops,
Mm,
like stuff that's in Marshalls and Ross that's on sale, but it's just not the money's not there for me on that stuff.
mm. And then I think it's kind of like when you focus on the niche, you go all in,
Hmm.
and things will be a lot easier and also streamlined to not have, I guess, some of the
Yeah, and
randomness.
where is the super chat? Because we're saying a lot of good info here, man. Like that stuff legit. Like I don't understand. Like this, you go pay hundreds of dollars to these courses and to the discords, and over here is free stuff. And come on,
Yeah,
bro.
where's Carlos with the super chat from all the money he makes from the
Yeah,
Like
Discord? We should see that super chat up to 100, 200
no,
bucks.
yeah.
Where's our boy
people
Los?
just people want free. It's
Well,
whatever, bro.
well, the free stuff here, the free stuff we give out here is hard work. Right. We point to the hard work, consistency, and ultimately there is some sacrifice to be made. And I like how pretty much what you pretty much said throughout this. It's continuously building relationships, uh, uh, just putting yourself out there, and really doing the work. That's I think that's the most important takeaway here is Just gotta put out the work, man.
Yeah,
Here
I
we go.
mean,
Here's some
there's
of them that come in. Big Money Mo.
yeah,
I got you. Big
bring
Money
in the
Mo, Mile
money,
High.
bro. I
Mile High,
appreciate you.
which we're definitely going to talk to. Someone had mentioned when you talk about business models, Mr. Maverick. I think it's definitely someone I want to talk to
Right.
see.
Oh,
Everyone's got different models. You know what I mean?
Right.
yeah, Maverick is my boy, man. I can bring him
Man,
in on the show if you guys want.
guys
Nice.
moving number. You
Oh,
know.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I
Mhm.
actually saw him today, and we
Oh,
talked.
nice. There
So
we go. That's pretty
yeah, he
cool.
comes to some of my outlets. So if you guys want to bring him in, definitely. I don't know if you talk to him or not, but I talk to him on a regular. So
Oh,
Nice.
nice. I definitely want to bring them on. I mean, Mile High and Mr. Maverick, and get everyone's focused on different, maybe even the niches or maybe the different platforms, different models. And
hmm
I think it's
Right.
always something to learn from everybody and see what's
Yeah.
working for them.
Right.
Some things that work from other people may not work for you, but I think it's good to hear the different perspectives for sure.
Right.
yeah, we talk whenever we see each other, and we do two totally different things almost. Like
Mm,
he huge volume guy. Like man, I don't know how he does it. He
Mhm.
200, 250 orders per day, and he's sourcing too. Like he drives, bro. He goes everywhere, and I'm more of the rare stuff, good finds,
higher
Higher
very
rating.
ASP.
high profit per item. So it's always fun when we talk.
Yeah.
And he kind of the only one that I actually talk from from the other race. Him and a couple other guys. But yeah, so keep a tight circle.
Yes, sir. Demand misinformation in hand, $5. Thanks for that. Chris, $10. Back to back on the super chat. Brandon, $1.99. How do you plan on scaling your business further? So kind of like what B was also asking too, goal wise, but what do you want to do that it doesn't feel
Well,
like work? Because you said having a warehouse definitely has like a different, because now you're talking about
hmm
hiring
yeah.
more employees, not just like you and your wife. Now you're talking about
hmm
shippers, listers,
Right.
things like that. So what would that be for you then?
Well, for me, it's gonna be money moves. It's not really gonna be business, just business. So now I gotta figure out a way to use that money. Like we always hear those motivation guys, like money makes money, right?
Mhm.
But you gotta learn that game, right? That's was one of the main reasons I got into investing. Is I want to know how to have a business, then get the money from the business and start having that money work without me doing that much work. So whether it's that, maybe it's real estate, maybe in the future I can set up something where I can help people and get paid for that. You never know. But the first move I did, the recent move was the stocks and some of the crypto, and it paid well. So that's like the direction. We talked before, about bulk ordering, but this is kind of something that I still have to need to work on. I know people that it's kind of like since the last time we spoke about it, it's just like I talk to so many people that want to do the bulk ordering,
Mhm.
and people will come to me that knows me from the outlet, that knows that I buy, and it's like, hey, listen, we can bring this and we can do this, and it's just the whole setup didn't make sense to me.
Mm. Okay.
So yeah, that may be one thing that I can do, but it has to be something where you get the most out of your money, not the
Mhm.
most out of the work that you do, you
Mm.
know, because anyone can really scale if they work 16, 17 hours a day, and I see that on Instagram. These guys, some of these guys, they like doing great numbers, but they have, you know, 300-400 orders per day. That's an operation, man.
Mhm.
And I learned from the businesses I was in before that I'm not gonna force growth onto any business. Like I know people like with the ice cream. When I started the ice cream and I started having trucks, the second year I started having more than one truck, and it was a disaster. It's just
Mm.
so much work, so much headache. have to deal with 3-4 workers, have to deal with people that don't want to work, you have to deal with cars that break down, you have to deal with product that, a guy that forgot to plug in his freezer at night and you lost a couple $1,000s of, which
Yeah.
I know guys that did it that way, but I think like you gotta see what works with you with your condition. So I know a guy that has like 10 ice cream trucks, right? In the season, he brings in cash 1,500, 2,000 per day in profits, not gross sales. And he does that for whatever your ice cream season is. But this guy, if you see him, he's a zombie. He's a walking zombie.
Yeah.
It's just there's nothing left. It took a huge toll on his mental health, and he did it, and he's successful. But I know
But at what
myself, like
cost?
yeah, I know guys that would do it and go home at night and sleep beautiful. I have my best friend and used to be my partner as well. He can put in 15 hours a day of work, no problem. That stuff doesn't stress him whatsoever. And he actually likes work. Like when he comes sometimes with me, see me what I do in the stores, he's like, "You're crazy." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I can never do that. I can never go in and like finesse so I can come out with 10 pairs." You know what I mean? Like that's not it for
Yeah.
him. He needs to do work. He needs to work 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. Then he goes home, he feels happy about it, and that's it. You know what I mean? So just back to the subject, which is like scaling. That's my goal now, is to scale with my money, not with my actual work. Like
Right. I think you brought up a good point there. That it's easy to say like, oh, get a warehouse, get more employees, but if you actually have experience having multiple employees, then it's not as butterflies, roses and butterflies like everybody thinks
no.
there is. The more people in your operation, the more possibilities of mistakes. And I think I like what you're saying now, that trying to make your money make more money, not just relying on the work. uh but
Exactly,
yeah,
yeah.
you bring in, that's a great point. It's a perspective that I've, the
Hmm.
reason why I we keep our operation small because of that factor. And because you can still make more money doing that, because people don't really understand overhead costs when you actually start hiring people. It eats into your
Yeah,
profit. You're not netting the same. Yeah, you could put out high gross number, but you're not netting the same.
true. I mean, I have hands-on experience with big operation. Like
Mhm.
I seen it, how a big operation works, where you
Mhm.
have multiple accounts and you hire drivers and you're trying to have like there's some people that think growth is what you got to do at the business, right? Like
Mhm.
you got to force the growth. It's doesn't work that way for the most part. Now if you're Jeff Bezos, that you planned a 30-40 year
Yeah,
plan, and you set up a
not make
system
money,
where,
right?
yeah, where you set up a system where you're gonna take over the world. Now of course, but that's like 1% of the 1% of the you know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly.
It's not the natural way. The organic way of a business growth is just you do more business than you can do, and then maybe you bring in one person and you do, and then you see, okay, you gotta, and another thing too, you gotta know yourself. Like a lot of people don't know their self. They don't know what they can take and what cannot take, and then they step into the business and they have years invested in it, and it's a lot of hard work, and it looks like they're doing a lot of things right. It looks like they have 5 locations. I know one of my friends, he has like he set up carts at the malls, and he's busy like all day.
Mm.
And then you talk to him, he's like, I'm not really making that much money. Like when we talked about money and kind of profits, he's like, wow, I didn't know that you can do a small operation and get that much returns. So I think a lot of people just go in and they want to grow, and they want to force it, like they want to force it, and it just doesn't work that way for most people.
Yeah, big time. Resell Freak, $10 on your super chat. Thanks for that. Resell Freak, good guy. We know him. And man, more questions. I'm like super behind on this. Does Big Money Mo own any crypto or NFTs?
Yes, I own crypto, no NFTs.
No NFTs,
Yes.
crypto. Okay.
I'm in Ether. I'm in Cardano.
Oh. So any financial advice from Big Money Mo? There you go. Straight from the man
What
himself.
what kind of financial advice?
Yeah,
Like we talking like that?
Don't waste your
That
money.
super chat. That super chat now. We have to see hundreds in that super chat.
Oh
Ah,
man.
see,
Like
this is right.
yeah, like can't give out all the secrets like that. It's just
Yeah.
Let me see. That's tough right now with everything being overvalued, stocks, real estate, etc. What about when things got dry in stores, but of course, having the inventory didn't worry you much. Where do you think we're headed, I guess, as far as selling goes and inventory
Yeah.
goes?
Tell us your prediction. What do you think is gonna
my
happen in the next?
prediction and my speculation, right,
Okay.
is that at one point, I don't know when is that point. I'm expecting maybe by summer 2022, we're gonna have a lot of stuff to buy. That's what I'm expecting. I was reading the article the other day talking about a lot of companies they buy in warehouses because they overbought when the demand was really high and they're not getting
Mm,
product. A lot of companies overbought. And that's facts. So they overbought stuff. They don't have the stuff in yet, but they bought a lot of stuff. Whether that company, I don't know what companies it is. Like I don't know if it's tech, I don't know if it's sneakers, I don't know what it is, but I know that there's a lot of stuff that's gonna come in, and I know the money's drying up, so there's not gonna be a lot of demand for the products in store, and they eventually have to put stuff on sale. And if you see them, on Instagram, people are like the Oreo fours are cut, not the Oreo. What is it? The white
White
fours.
Oreo. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, white Oreos are coming to outlets. We've seen B grades of the retros that
Lightning
just
Force.
released.
Right. Yeah.
Lightning Forge, Blue Legend 11s, Carmines, Raging Bull, uh, almost all the retros that released is coming to the outlets except for the ones. Some outlets got the UNC ones.
Mhm.
You see in the Georgetown threes, I bought those. I seen the Cool Gray threes. So that stuff has to come. And like before, we used to see stuff come to the outlet from 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
So where's that
They're getting
2019
bypassed.
stuff?
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
bypassed quick. Yeah.
exactly. So where's the 2019 stuff? We haven't seen it. 2020 was a lockdown. So where's the 2019 releases? That should come too. So I'm expecting that we're gonna find a lot of stuff. I'm expecting that, you know, maybe sit on some money, sit on some cash. Don't worry too much now about fines because there's nothing out there.
All right, let me go back up and see any other questions. Throw them in. We're taking up Big Money Most precious time. I don't know how long we can go or what kind of what kind of time he has. Any other questions though? We could definitely throw that in. And let me see. What about ad rates? Do you do any ad rates on eBay?
Promotions.
Promoted listings or running sales, things like that.
I promote all my listings at
Okay.
1%. So everything is
1%.
promoted at 1%. Just because I can't remember when did I read it or see a video, and I saw the percentage of sales that you get when promoted versus not promoted, and then 1% doesn't do any harm, but it just throws you in with whoever promoting.
Mm-hmm.
So I do everything 1% automatic, and don't worry about it.
All right. Let me see. Um, Chris, what's up? Stevie D, what's up? Mile High. Where else are we? Is this 3 hour Jake special again? We also got to get Jake. We got to do update on Jake down the road too. We'll see how he's doing. Big Money Mo, $5. Appreciate that. Bring on, yeah, we definitely do some more interviews, and we haven't really done. Man, I don't think we've really done interviews in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked to Soupies a long time. That was like 2-3 years ago. We haven't done a lot.
Southdown Finds asks, what motivates Big Money Mo? What motivates you?
That's what I do, man. I mean, nothing motivates me. I make money. That's it. It's just really, I don't need motivation. I don't need all that stuff. This is what I do. I'm an immigrant, right? And the main reason I'm here, or originally I was here, is to have a better chance. So I'm not wasting it. And I enjoy making money. I'm not a materialistic person where I like to see the money. I like to see the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
On the opposite, I really don't like I'm not interested in the paper or the numbers, right? I just like how to move money. It's a sport for me.
Right.
So
I,
yeah,
I,
that's what I like doing.
I like what you said. The immigrant mentality. You came here for a better, better life, and you're not wasting that chance. I like that.
Mhm.
I think that speaks a lot of volume. That sometimes a lot of people that have just been born and raised here always had this opportunity, but we see it differently.
True.
Me and Glenn always joke around like that immigrant mindset. You gotta have
Yep.
that. It's
Same thing with Maverick Brunel. He's an immigrant as well.
Mhm.
That's why we click like so easily, and we're like I'm from Egypt and he's African,
Mhm.
so we kind of have the same background.
Right.
So yeah, it's just there's a level, and I think that's doable by anyone. It's just when you're born and raised here, you don't know no better.
Right.
You don't
That,
know
that's
like.
that's me.
Right. Well, a lot of it too is like like you could understand struggle, right? And there's different levels of struggle, man. You could be a millionaire and if you're driving a Toyota Camry, that's struggle for them, right? That's why some billion millionaires their struggle is they're not a billionaire yet, right? So we all have our struggles, and I think we have to find that struggle. I think without struggle, we really won't find a way to get out of it. And that's why I said, like, I've always believed that the the more comfortable you get, the lazier you become.
Oh,
The
definitely.
lesser you dream, right? It's
And the
crazy that.
more.
Go ahead.
Mhm. And the quicker you want to make it too. Here's the thing, like if you want to really make it really quick,
Hmm.
like you're gonna like get out of the games quick as well. Like because
True.
I see people like they just want to make it like right away. And
Right.
trust me, I try to make it quick. It just
Hmm.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
to make it quick, you're not gonna make it quick. Like look at that. Like don't take uh the people that did the startups and they
Hmm.
succeeded. These
Right.
are certain conditions that's not gonna be repeatable for everybody.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
if you look at Zuckerberg or what's his name, that's the Facebook guy, right?
Right. Right.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Like these people are not like, I don't think they're like special than anyone else. It's just they, whatever they did with whatever the environment and
It's
everything set them
timing.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
set them
time.
up to be like
Right.
that,
Right.
so
And
they can sit and preach to you about motivation and this and that, but you can't really learn anything from them because you will never have what they had.
right.
It's almost never. I don't never say never, but you know what I mean.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, I kind of understand, like what you said about like if there's really no quick way of doing it because you'll be out quick. And I've always said it in our shows, like it's not like I'm gonna exit next year. I'm here for the longer game. and
Hmm.
and and I've been here in the States for 8 years now, and like you said, you've been here longer, and it's like just seeing that kind of like perspective too, that for sometimes 8 years too long away from home, but it's really not, because some people have been here for longer too, and they just still on the grind. So
True.
I think
These
we're
people have it a lot worse too. Like I
right.
know
Well.
there's some guys here on the East Coast, like Mexican guys that come from the border and
Mhm.
they get somebody that drives them and take them all the way to the East Coast and they work. They have nothing. Like we're immigrants, but we have some documents, but they
Mhm.
have nothing. Like they come here, they jump, and you talk to them. These people are happy, and like you be like, wow, like that's like I think I have it hard. No, there's somebody that's even have it harder.
Have it harder, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So when you see that, and you gotta count your blessings too. Like if you have your health, you have your family, like you don't whatever else is just extra. So
Extra, right?
don't
I like
stress
that.
it.
For sure. Texas Pete, take care out there. Mile High Hustle, appreciate that too. I'll be contacting you soon. Let me see. So morning, was it morning workout or night workout? They're saying lifting.
Night.
Oh, night. Okay.
After 5, that's when the test is all the way up.
There you go. Oh man. Okay, Preach Mo says Miles. Appreciate that, Miles. Let me go back up. Anything else before we go? I think we're good. And we definitely catch up with Mo again after
Right,
Q4.
for sure. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. You're right.
Yeah, see how he's doing and anything new, and then also we'll see how the stores also start heating up, and we'll definitely get another interview in. But glad we got that done, and hopefully the first of many on some of the interviews. So, all right, thanks
Definitely.
Mo, and Big Money
welcome,
Mo on IG. Follow him, send him messages. You take DMs or
Yeah. Take positive messages. No more dislike or hate. All right, you guys have heard it from Big
Yeah,
Money.
man. Dislikes is because they know what's up, bro. Everybody knows what's up.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
they know
Yes,
what's
sir. You
going
already know.
on,
If you ain't doing anything good, there will be
I
no
mean,
haters, right?
yeah. Plus 32 dislikes. That's some organized shit, bro. Like, I know, like, I know exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? So
oh man,
it's all right, though.
That's all right. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out here with us.
all right. We'll see you guys. Thanks,
Thank you,
Mo.